This is the news coming in from ED sources state. Yes, searches at Sanjay Singh's residence is in connection with the liquor policy scam. At this stage, they said that they are not going to comment on whether Dinesh Arora has turned into an approver or has given a fresh lead or not. There are allegations against Sanjay Singh about the role played in the tweaking of Delhi excise policy in lieu of money. Searches are currently underway to probe these angles, but right now, what we are learning is that at this stage, ED has decided not to comment on whether Dinesh Arora has been turned into an approver and has given a fresh lead on this or not. But there are allegations on Sanjay Singh for tweaking Delhi excise policy, and these searches are at Sanjay Singh's residence is in connection with the liquor policy scam. To give us more details on that, we have Arunima back with us on the broadcast. Arunima, could you just walk us through the latest development that we have given to our viewers?
So, Enforcement Directorate officials reached Sanjay Singh's residence at around 7 a.m. this morning, a few minutes ahead of 7 a.m. Since then, searches have been going on. We have a confirmation from the investigating team that these searches are in connection with the Delhi liquor policy scam. Sanjay Singh's name had earlier also been mentioned in ED's prosecution complaint, but then they had clarified that out of the 4 references made, one was a typographical error. In which his name had inadvertently been mixed up with Rahul Singh, the Delhi Excise Commissioner. But the probe against Sanjay Singh has been ongoing. They had not closed the investigation against him, is what ED officials have been saying. And now these searches are going on to essentially look for documents, look for paper trail, or look for leads which establishes that Sanjay Singh was A, aware of the criminal conspiracy that was allegedly hatched to tweak the Delhi liquor policy, B, that he was actively involved in the way these decisions were taken, and C, to look for a money trail, if he was a direct beneficiary or he was one of the path that was utilized by Aam Aadmi Party to route the money from the South Group, the businessmen who were lobbying for liquor license, to the Aam Aadmi Party. So those are the essential leads that ED officials are searching for. They're looking for evidence to support these 3 main investigation points in the liquor policy case.
Also, Arunima, we want to understand from you all the Dinesh Arora angle here.
Dinesh Arora has turned approver. He's one of the key players as far as the South Group is concerned. He had full awareness of the way money transaction was happening, of who was paying whom, how was the Hawala network operating, who were the main players from both sides, the players from the Aam Aadmi Party side as well as players from the businessman community side. He was first named as an accused, but I think now he has turned an approver, which means that he is willing to share everything that he knows about this conspiracy with the Enforcement Directorate and perhaps with the Central Bureau of Investigation as well. Somebody who was named as an accused, somebody who was part of the entire alleged conspiracy, if he turns an approver, then it does give investigators added insight which they could then pick up evidence to substantiate the claim being made by the approver. The approver's testimony in the court of law is also something that the investigators would rely on to prove their case. So in that sense, Dinesh Arora turning an approver is a shot in the arm for the Enforcement Directorate and the CBI as well.
Definitely. Arunima, I'll request you to please hold on because we still have Anvit Srivastav joining us live on this broadcast from Sanjay Singh's residence. Anvit, coming back to you, do we have any grave evidence coming out of these searches as far as these searches at Sanjay Singh's residence is concerned?
See, Sakshi, it's just been 1 hour that searches have been on, and officials are inside. We do not have any input from the ED as to what has been recovered yet, because it's only been an hour, and we believe that teams came in around between 6:30 and 7 a.m. and only after due process was completed, searches began. So it might have only been half an hour that the searches are on. We do not know as of now what recoveries have been made, but since ED has been and the sources have been claiming that there were sufficient leads for the ED teams to reach this residence of Sanjay Singh, and therefore following those leads and following questioning of the people who have already been arrested, Dinesh Arora who has turned an approver. Following those leads and following investigation and digital tracing of basically the money trail that remains in center of the entire investigation. Following that, teams are here. So we believe that it will take few hours for the ED teams to complete the searches and take out whatever data and whatever gadgets like maybe a hard disk, cell phones, laptop that they are here to seize. Previously also, when in May this year, two of Sanjay Singh's aides were raided, some of the material was recovered from their houses, and ED has been wanting to establish the money trail. Like Arunima also mentioned, there are certain points that the ED would want to see whether or not he was one of the beneficiaries out of this entire policy that was tweaked, whether or not he has his involvement in tweaking the policy, which now remains cancelled. So these are things that need to be looked into, and only once material is seized and questioning, I don't know whether he'll be questioned or not in the coming time, but certainly teams are here. They are trying to seize some material. Once the data or information from those devices are extracted, they would want to check and they would want to link him with previous developments that have taken place. Remember, Manish Sisodia was also named in that FIR in which 15 names were there, and therefore starting from there, this case, when in September last year when this case was registered by the CBI, and then ED also came into the picture, probing PMLA. So after that, the teams are here now, and it will take at least 4 to 5 hours, we believe, to complete the searches and for the ED teams to get out of this house with all the incriminating documents and material that they are here to search for.
Right, Anvit, and he has been in crosshair with ED for a while now. Earlier, we are learning that some of his aides were also, probed, and their residences were also searched. Could you just walk us through all the key takeaways from the previous searches that happened with his aides?
See, it was in May this year when at least 4 locations by the Enforcement Directorate were raided. 2 of them, houses of Ajit Tyagi and Sarvesh Mishra, are said to be close aides of Sanjay Singh. These raids were made, and at that time Sanjay Singh had also come out and he had also said that he is being targeted. He had also said that his name was mentioned in the charge sheet, which the ED later came out and said that it was wrongly mentioned. But only one of the references were wrongly mentioned, which was a mistake that ED came out and said. But on all other places, his name was there. His name was mentioned, but he came out and said that at least 2 of his aides, they are being targeted. He also came out and said that it is a political propaganda which government is trying to push through ED and other information agencies. But this entire policy, police and ED particularly they have been trying to probe the money trail and who all are the beneficiaries of this entire scheme that was tweaked allegedly. According to the ED, it was allegedly tweaked just to gain some monetary benefits by giving licenses to particular liquor vends, who in return gave monetary benefits to Aam Aadmi Party, as it has been alleged by the ED and other agencies. So that is what the point here is, and that is why the ED teams are here to conduct searches, and whatever material they get from here, whatever gadgets and laptops and hard disks, whatever they get from here, they will be seized, as we are learning, and then they will be taken to extract data from it only once the money trail is confirmed, and only when ED has sufficient evidence against Sanjay Singh, we believe the further formalities will also be done and further action will be taken in this entire probe.
Right.